Hey guys, it's Jenna from Visit Mickey, and today I'm with my friend Kim, who just got back from Disney, and so we're going to spend some time asking some questions and seeing how Disney was in the COVID world. So, are you ready, Kim?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's hit it.
So we have a list of questions. Some of these I've gotten from some friends that are curious. Our family has come up with some that we're curious about because we haven't made it down there yet during COVID. So overall, tell us how your trip was.
Even though we are in the middle of a pandemic, it is the best thing to ever experience. I think the magic is not gone. It is still there. It's in a different form, but it's still there. And I honestly feel safer there than I do going to my own grocery store. So I am totally for go to Disney World. You all need to get out of the house, take a vacation. It's totally okay. You should go.
Great.
Everybody should go.
You guys, you have annual passes. You have a condo down there. You go quite often. How was this trip different from the ones in the past?
Well, there's a lot less people. So you get a little spoiled.
That's not a bad thing.
That's not a bad thing. Yes, things are different. There aren't any fireworks. So you're not staying at the park until midnight and then getting up the next morning at 6 o'clock to be there. You know, it's just kind of calm. There's no fast passes. So everybody's doing the same thing.
Okay.
All at the same time. You're not running from place to place. You can just kind of stroll and take your own time. You get to see characters and princesses and everybody from a distance, and you get to wave to them and have that moment together, but you don't have to stand in line to see them, those kind of things. They have special times when they come out in a cavalcade instead of a big parade. Mm-hmm. You get a cavalcade and you never know when they're coming. So it's a big surprise, and you hear the music and you get excited, and it builds up that you're like, ooh, who's coming?
So when that happens, do they split the road?
Yes.
Okay, they just move everybody away.
You'll just see cast members just moving people to the sidewalks, and it goes all the way through Magic Kingdom, or even Epcot, all the way around all of the countries. Animal Kingdom, the roads are too small for that. But and in Hollywood Studios, they go from the Tower of Terror all the way through to Star Tours, which they don't do that all the time. They don't have parades or anything like that in Epcot and Hollywood Studios. So now you get to see Disney Juniors, or you get to see Toy Story, or things that you wouldn't normally see in Magic Kingdom.
And you're not waiting in line.
No, I don't have to wait in line to see them, and everybody's waving. Everybody has their own space, but you're not you're not waiting for 4 hours to watch a 3 o'clock parade.
Were you able to get good pictures of the characters? Were you able to get any with your kids, the character in the background?
Yes,
your kids?
And then they will have PhotoPass, not a lot. They will have PhotoPass people, and they'll just scan your Magic Band real quick and take a cute little snapshot. And I mean, those pictures, those are quality pictures.
Yes.
And they're candid, they're not posed. It's great and you've got that quality behind it that you're like, oh, okay, I can just go download that one real quick.
Nice. Okay. Let's talk about, I know a lot of people are wondering about Disney with masks. I hear that a lot. Tell us about Disney World with a mask on.
It's a thing. It's real. It's real, and they are real serious about it.
They are serious.
Both of my kids, I have a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old. But from 2 and up, you have to wear a mask. Even if it falls right below your nose, they're like, hey, can you put it back up? And it goes right back up. That's how serious it is. There's hand sanitizer at the beginning of a ride and at the end of the ride. They will also have people just walking around. I honestly bring your own, because sometimes you don't know what it smells like.
Right.
But for most part, you wear your mask, period. And that's from when you park your car all the way to when you come back from your car. You don't even take it off in the parking lot. There are people in the parking lot to make sure you have it. You cannot have a gator. No gators. And it has to just be the mask that goes. It doesn't have to be Disney mask. It can be whatever. We actually had a bag of disposable ones with us, and there would be like a couple people that forgot, so we would just give them one of our disposable ones. But there were masks to buy everywhere.
And I believe you can't have a face shield. Is that correct?
No.
Right, no face shield.
They have a face shield if they're working there.
Okay.
But they also have a mask under it as well.
Okay.
But you cannot just have a face shield with nothing on.
So there are rest spots.
Yes.
Talk to us about those spots where you can sit down, relax, and take your mask off.
They have changed a lot of the character dining restaurants into a place where you can just sit and relax.
Oh,
so
okay.
in the air conditioning, because we all know masks get hot, so especially Florida weather. But the restaurant in Norway, and I still can't pronounce it, but Arkhouse or whatever you want to call it, where all the princesses are, you can't go eat there right now, but you can go inside, and they have tables, and they have a bathroom, and you can take your mask off.
Wow.
And that's at your own risk.
Right.
But then they also have them little patios behind restaurants, or where a smoking section normally would be, which. Sorry, that's kind of weird. Let me take my mask off to smoke real quick.
Right.
But those kind of things, they'll have a big sign that says relaxation station under the Tomorrowland Terrace, where all the dessert parties would be. That's another one. Huge signs, you can't miss them. Where you can just go take a couple of minutes, relax, rest, get that thing off your face for a second.
Now, if you're eating or drinking, you can take it off.
You can take it off, but you have to be stationary. So Food and Wine Festival, we are used to eating and walking, and you have the cute little plate with the drink holder in the hall. No.
Okay.
You can't do that.
And are there plenty of spots to sit and do that?
Like they've got new patio. They've taken where patios have been close together. They've taken some of those chairs out and put them in other spaces. So you're still social distanced, but you're also able to sit down. They're a lot more lenient on if you're sitting on a brick wall, like in France, the pavilion, those kind of things. Where you can actually sit down, take your mask off, eat and drink, and then as soon as you get up, you have to put it back on.
Okay. So I have heard a lot of different things about wait times and the app. I've heard that on the app it might say 80-minute wait time, but then when you're actually in line, it's 40 minutes.
Yeah.
What was your experience with this?
That's a true story.
Okay.
They have inflated them.
Okay.
But and for two reasons. One, that way it's kind of deterring people so that you don't have a big group of people coming and bunching up and making sure we're not all social distanced. But at the same time, you look at the line, you're like, oh my goodness, that's such a long line. I don't know if I can do that. You don't have fast passes right now, so you're not stopping. The wait actually is a lot faster. You're constantly moving, and there are lines that they have put down so that you are just going from line to line. Make it a game with your kids. Like, okay, we're getting ready to move to the next line. You ready? Okay, here we go. But then they also have umbrellas, so if it's raining, you're not just standing in the middle of the road. If it's sunny, you have a place that has got some shade. The best one, especially, is Mine Train, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. The line goes all the way back around to The Little Mermaid. And you're just like, oh my gosh, why would I wait in this line? But you're really not waiting that long.
Okay.
And sometimes even the lines are clashing. Hollywood Mansion and Big Thunder were coming right together at the Liberty Bell. And you're like, oh my goodness, I can't do this. And you're like, nope, it's really fast. It's 10 times faster. You have to look at it that everybody is 6 feet apart.
Right. What was the longest line you think you stayed in?
I think maybe 30 minutes.
Wow.
Maybe.
What was that
And
for?
that was Big Thunder.
Wow.
And most of the time, it's because they were cleaning. Every hour on the hour, they will shut the ride down for a hot second because there's only
every
3
ride,
cars.
or just you're talking about Thunder Mountain?
Well, no, that's every ride. Not all at the same time. They stagger them where they are doing a full cleaning. So you don't have to go on Splash Mountain and get wet after the ride. You're getting wet before because it's all been cleaned. And they don't really stop it. They will stop the line that's here, clean those, and when the new ones come in, they will stop that for a second, clean those. And maybe 10 minutes max for the whole thing to be cleaned.
Okay. While we're talking about lines and wait times, Rise of the Resistance. Tell us your experience with that.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
It's
a great ride.
Best thing.
Oh, we love it.
You don't even feel like you're in line.
So, but you still, like at 9 a.m., get your boarding pass?
10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Those are the only 2 times now. Before it was like 10, 1, and 4 or something like that. Now it is 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. You have to make sure you're in the park.
Okay.
So we would try and get there. Normally right now, the time on the app says it's 10 o'clock. You can actually get in the parks earlier.
Okay.
May or may not that a ride be open or not.
Right.
But a lot of the rides we would have already ridden before 10.
Right.
Anyways. So you get in at around 9. You've already gone through because they don't want people waiting at the gate. Things may be open, they may not. Just walk around, enjoy
You're
it,
in there. Right.
Breathe. I actually, this last time, I had 3 phones in my hand and I was riding Slinky Dog back in Toyland and waiting for 10 o'clock to hit because you're pressing refresh the entire time. And totally did it. And it's fine. And it's like 9:59. I'm pressing refresh. Don't press back in the app.
No.
Just slide down and refresh it.
Yes.
And this last time, I think we were in group 34, which meant we rode about 11:30, 12 o'clock. If you missed the 2 o'clock, or if you missed the 10 o'clock, you can try at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
If you've already ridden it before 2 o'clock, you can try again.
Yes,
wow. You can do it again. I know people that
nice.
have ridden it twice in one day.
Woo.
I don't have, no. I'm good. It was a lot of anxiety, but it's a good anxiety.
Now, when we
It's
went to
just you want it.
Disneyland, we downloaded the world clock on our phone to count the seconds because our phone and our app were a little off.
Oh, okay.
So we had the world clock. Austin had that on his phone. I had my phone, and at the 30-second mark, he started counting down.
Yes.
And then I hit it, and we got group 5, and we were ecstatic. I mean, it was...
It's true. There was a group of us right outside. We had just gotten off of Slinky Dog, and there was a group of like 4 or 5 of us, and we're all just sitting there. And all of us got it.
Okay.
But you were off their Wi-Fi. I wasn't on the Wi-Fi at all, and I was just scrolling down, just refreshing, and it was worth every bit of anxiety. I'm telling you right now, it was great.
Fun. Okay, that's good to know. That's new and different.
And even though it's a long line, it is still social distance the entire time. Even I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but there are parts where you would be with a big group of people. Okay. You're not.
Oh,
you are by yourself, or maybe one other group if they're 2 small groups.
Interesting.
So, yes.
What about Millennium Falcon? Did you ride that?
Yeah.
How many were you able to ride that?
Oh, yeah, no.
Over and over?
That one, Smuggler's Run that's just, you just go. You can go.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
That one doesn't have a virtual queue.
Nice.
It has an actual queue.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it really is.
Slinky Dog, was that bad?
No, like when we walked in, normally when we walked in, the first place we would go would be back to Toy Story because people hadn't they were all worried about Runaway Railroad.
Yes.
So, yes, and that's a line. Okay. I'm telling you now. It's a line, but they have made it go in the morning because in the afternoon the sun kind of beats down.
Okay.
It gets a little warm because it's all outside. But the line is at least. And so we would go back to Toy Story, and we got there and it said Slinky Dog was a 30-minute wait. I'm like, all right, not a problem. And they have the line all the way back with the umbrellas. Everything's still, it's nice to just stand there. It wasn't 12, 13 minutes. Because the ride itself is only about 2 minutes long to begin with. If that.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, you're constantly moving.
All right, big question. Everybody wants to know about the eating. Is eating... different?
Let's eat.
I know. It's when you go to Disney, it's all about the food. So talk to me about what reservations you made, checking in, what snacks you got, and the big question right now is mobile ordering and how that went. So let's start with reservations.
Okay. A lot of places, unfortunately, are closed. So there's no character dining right now. So a lot of places actually that don't have character dining, you can just walk up. You don't really need a reservation all that much. But when you do have a reservation, if you want to eat at any of the resorts, they don't want people to just walk around the resorts like we used to.
Right.
You have to have a reservation to even get in the parking garage. The security guards have that all on their iPads, and they can see if you have a reservation or not.
So if you have a dining reservation at the Grand Floridian, you can go in, they'll let you in. Do you have to go straight to the restaurant, or once you're in, can you walk around?
They don't like people walking around, especially, you would have to have your mask on anyways, but that's why the live performers, those people aren't there, is because they don't want people standing around.
Okay.
You will still have to get your temperature checked. You will still have to go through bag security kind of things. It's the same as if you were on the monorail going back and forth. So, but they will have, and they will say, okay, here's where you need to go.
Okay.
And they will take you right to you. So, or they'll point you in that direction. If you stop at the bathroom, it's okay.
Yeah.
They're not stop and take. Yeah, stop and take your time. But a lot of the restaurants, the big restaurant, like the Skipper Canteen, and those kind of places, they're just saying come right on in.
Okay.
So it's not as much of a fight as it used to be.
But if you have a reservation, are you priority in getting in?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Okay. All right. And snacks. Did you?
All of them.
All of them.
Just get them.
Are they all still there?
Yes.
Are there plenty? Okay.
They are all, at this point now, before you would like stand and watch them make it, now they're all prepackaged.
Okay.
So they are all individually packaged for you so that they will just pick it up and they will hand it to the person that's checking you out.
Okay.
So the confectionery is still there. You still walk in, you get a cavity because it smells so sweet. It's still good. Gaston's Tavern is back open. So go get a cinnamon roll. Just go. It doesn't matter what time of the day. Just go. And a LeFou's brew because it's wonderful.
Was there anything new snack-wise?
They had a lot of their Halloween things.
Oh, yeah.
So the Dole Whip has kind of changed. So they have a Poor Unfortunate Souls. These are mostly at the Storybook. Yep, that one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Next to Friar Tuck's Nook. Sorry. That just
little snack kiosk. Is that
yes. It's where they have ice cream. But Peter Pan's Dole Whip is now a key lime.
I saw that.
And a Sprite. Shut up. So good. I'm so sorry.
Did y'all get it?
That. Yes. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Poor Unfortunate Souls is a cream cheese soft serve, but then it has a blueberry sauce on top of it, so it's kind of like eating a cheesecake.
Okay.
You can get it as a float. Don't get it as a float, but because it's like Coke, and I'm like, no, that's weird. But still cute and adorable. They have the popcorn buckets are Halloween themed. Everything is still Halloween themed. No, we're not having a Halloween party.
Right.
But guarantee everything has a Halloween theme.
Popcorn bucket. They're not refillable, right?
They are refillable. That they will give you a box.
Okay.
You bring your bucket.
So you pay the refill price.
Yes.
And they give you a box and you pour it in.
Yes.
Awesome.
That is the best kept secret of Disney World. Get the popcorn bucket.
Yes.
It's like $10. If you want the really big one, it's $18. And then you refill it your entire time of your trip for $2.
And you just snack on it all day long.
It's the best thing.
We have a whole cabinet full of them.
If your kids are like, Mommy, I'm hungry. Here, have a snack.
There's a little
popcorn. The best thing ever. They have the pumpkin one right now. They have an Oogie Boogie Man. And then they have Steamboat Willie. And then Mickey's like mini version of it as well. They also have an Onward one. They have some really cute ones. Adorable. And just go get the popcorn bucket. Nobody really cares if popcorn's in there. So
talk to us about mobile ordering.
So when you mobile order, especially they
this
don't
is quick
want
service.
Yes, this is all quick service. They don't want people inside the restaurant that isn't supposed to be there. So before you would go like order and people would wait for your table. Now you're waiting outside. So Cosmic Rays in Magic Kingdom, Pecos Bill in Magic Kingdom are especially big at this. You can't just like go in. So on the app, it'll take you right to it. You order everything and then a screen will come up and says, okay, we're preparing your order. Okay, your order is ready. Please go to line number whatever.
Okay.
There will be a person at the door to look for the green that came up to say, okay, my order is ready, and then you can go inside. The downfall of this is everybody's waiting outside. The good part about it is when you get inside, you can go find a table. And you can you can go get your food at your leisure. Okay. It's ready for you.
Nice.
They won't pour your drinks until they get to it so that you don't have ice, like your ice is melted or anything like that. So it's really super easy. The only downfall is that you can only pay with credit card or a gift card. You can't pay cash.
Can you have a gift card linked to your app?
Yes.
Perfect.
So it's still, and that gives you the option.
Perfect.
When you're checking out.
Nice.
People have asked before, oh my gosh, is it no cash at all? Yes, you can still pay cash at merchandise or wherever else, but on the mobile ordering, it's only card.
Okay,
so
good to know.
And that can be linked to your Magic Band, which can be linked to your hotel, so awesome. It's all going to be paid for. It's fine.
Now, as far as what was open, when you pulled up your app, was it easy to see what places were open?
Yes, because when you click on all your dining will have a fork and a knife. And if you punch on it and you're like, what restaurant is this? Because I don't know the map or whatever. Right. It will say order, or it will be in an orange color and say temporary closed.
Oh, okay.
So, and then some weren't even, if they were a snack kiosk or something like that, they won't even be on the map.
Okay.
As being an option. Okay. So it makes it easy.
Now, I forgot to ask this with the masks. You have to wear them on the rides, right?
Yes.
Okay. Every ride?
Every ride. Okay. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter. If you have medical conditions, that is their one exception.
Just for the ride, though, right? You still have to.
Well, and there are some that you have to go to guest services and get a special thing to show that I'm not supposed to wear a mask.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
But when you're on the ride, if you want the rides of if you want the pictures, if you want anything, they will stop the ride. I have seen them stop that carousel. I don't know how many times because kids weren't wearing their masks.
Wow. Okay.
Especially they will go through when they check your bar to make sure they'll also check your mask.
Okay.
So you won't get any of your pictures. So make sure the strangers that you're with, they keep their mask on, or else you're not going to get your picture either.
I didn't think about that.
You know, they're going to ruin it for you as well.
With the pictures, did you notice any changes with PhotoPass photographers?
There were less PhotoPass photographers, but they also took their time.
Okay.
You got more pictures because you didn't have a line. 10 people deep, and they're like, oh my gosh, I have a line. I got to get through these real quick. They took your time. They would have 3 or 4 magic shots instead of 1.
Okay.
They would also be in different places and not just on Main Street because I didn't want people stopping on Main Street. There is a brand new photo op that is right in front of the Plaza restaurant.
Yes, we did that. I love it.
And I've blown it up and made it a canvas to show exactly how many people were not in the park. But
I would love to see it.
Yes, it pans out and it shows the entire park, and then it pans back in, and I think everybody should do it, but it's not noticeable. If you did not notice that there was a person standing there with an iPad, so they don't have a camera on. You don't think they're a PhotoPass person. They look like they're a boss.
Right.
Like they're looking at the other PhotoPass person. And if you didn't notice it, you would just walk right by it. It's the coolest picture ever. But they're in different spots than they normally would be, but they are still present. They're not every single every 10 feet there's another one.
Okay.
You know?
Transportation. I know you all drove down to Florida. Once you drove down, tell us how you got around to all the parks.
Well, being annual pass holders, we get free parking. But, so we will drive to the parks. That's pretty easy. But the bus transportation is still there. But I honestly say Uber or Lyft works too if you're coming off property. If you're on property, it's kind of whatever you want to do. You're going to park at your hotel, or you can you can take your car and go around because you get free parking anyways. Unfortunately, the minivans aren't there anymore, which was Disney's own Uber.
Right.
But if you don't want to wait in line, if you don't want to wait, and if you're worried about social distancing, take your car in and out. Yeah. It's totally okay. There aren't any trams in the parking garage or in the parking lot anymore. So be expected that you might have to walk. And that's okay because you're just going to walk to the Ticket and Transportation Center, or that's really the longest walk. Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom, the parking lots aren't that big compared to Magic Kingdom.
Did you take the monorail any?
Yes.
How was that?
Super fast. Okay. They have everything. When you line up at the monorail, they have everything numbered. So your monorail guides will be like, go to number 1, go to number 2. And they were actually very quick. Okay. you look at the line and you're like, oh my gosh, there's so many people. Not really.
Okay.
It's okay. It's
and then when you're on the monorail, how spaced out are you?
It's one family per car.
Wow.
And then there is a big plastic partition in between the two cars. So you'll have one family over here, one family over here.
Okay.
So, but I mean, you feel safe. We actually had 2 scooters at this trip. So one scooter went on one side, one scooter went on the other side.
Okay.
So everything's one per family.
Okay.
So rides, 1 car per family. You're riding It's a Small World with your family. Oh, you're not riding with strangers, so you can't really sing along and annoy people. I don't know. The car's for Mine Train. It's you. It's one family.
That's great.
So it still works that you're still going pretty fast.
So it sounds like, from what you're saying, you felt very safe and protected.
Absolutely.
Tell us about their hand sanitizing and all the things around the park that made you feel comfortable being there.
Beginning of a ride, the end of the ride, they all had the hand sanitizer, motion activated one, so I'm not touching anything. They had people walking around like their job was to hold a sign to say, put your mask up. Like, we are masking, those kind of things. You had somebody walking around with their own hand sanitizer bottle, just in case you needed some. There were more, the bathrooms were more attentive.
Oh, okay.
That they made sure that the soap was filled, that the paper towels were working, everything else. They made sure if there was a door that it was propped open so people didn't have to touch it.
Wow.
They were making sure everything was being, even in the lines, you know how when the line snakes, well, if I'm going this way and then somebody else is coming this way, they actually have a big partition that's clear so you don't feel all claustrophobic, but that I'm not standing next to those people.
Nice.
I feel so safe, it's ridiculous. Or there's some that don't have those partitions, but they will have the one line that you need to stop at and then go to another line. So you're not even stopping in one of them. That way you're stopping in this one. So nobody's really next to each other.
Now, I know when you book your park reservation day, you electronically sign off the waiver for COVID, saying you're not going to come with any symptoms, you're not going to sue if you get COVID. Did you have to do that again when checking into the park, or is that it?
No, that was it. You do get your temperature checked before you go through security.
Okay.
And
is that the only time?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not every day, but
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then, this was a big question. Water fountains.
They don't work.
They're not working. No. Even the water bottle fill-ups?
The water bottle fill-ups work.
Okay.
But the ones that are like just the bowl with the... no.
Okay. Well, that's good.
And they've actually turned off the water features on all the rides. So like Splash Mountain, you know when you go actually down and the water shoots up, there's no water shooting up. You hear the air cannons go, but there's no water.
Interesting.
So Cali River Rapids, if you don't like water rides, i.e. me, because I hate water rides because I don't like getting wet, go on Cali River Rapids now, you won't get wet.
Interesting.
That's a miracle because that's
I had not heard that.
Yes, they have turned off the water features, so you're not getting wet. Okay. And I'm all right with that. I don't like it.
Anything to avoid right now?
No.
That's great.
Seriously, we have health concerns in our family, and even the people with the health concerns, we're going, nope, it's okay. You know, that's how safe we felt. That's how much the cast members take pride in being able to come to their jobs, because they genuinely want everybody safe. That everybody is on top of each other. We're all holding each other accountable. And I didn't feel unsafe at all.
Great. That's great.
There aren't a lot of out of the country people right now that might not understand, like they've already gone through that. Like it's already hit their part of the world and may not respect that. Everybody's respecting it right now. It's all golden. I say go just to get out of your house. Like, it just makes you feel better. Like, it just genuinely makes you happier.
Okay.
That you can just take time and just breathe for a second. I love my bubble, and it's at Disney World. Like, that's my bubble, and I feel safe and secure there. So
that's awesome. Did they have any cool 2020 COVID shirts or apparel or anything like
they
that?
do have pins. that have Mickey with masks on.
Oh, cute.
They did have a pass holder magnet that had a mask on it. That was something that you actually did see is that things were on sale.
Oh.
You don't really see that a lot. You don't see that at Disney World at all. And there were several collections that were on sale. The shirt was on sale. A lot of things were. And yeah, we're all like, do I want something that says 2020?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you kind of do.
It's
because long time ago when they did the 25th anniversary and the castle was a cake. Worst decision they've ever done. But at the same time, we're like, oh no, we were there.
Yeah.
The year it was a cake. We can look back later and go, no, we were there when we wore masks and we couldn't touch anything and we could barely eat in the park because nothing was open. Things are opening up slowly, something new every day, but not like bum rushing it.
Yeah, I looked at the list last night. I was shocked on how many places are open.
Between June and just this past week.
Yeah.
Lots of things have actually opened. That they will never be a buffet. So just go right now. You're not going to have a buffet. It will be served family style. So the beer garden, we would always be family style anyways. But to take that into consideration, if you're like, oh, I'm really picky about my food, just think about that. You're going to get family style and you're going to get everything. But then also their menus are limited. So make sure it's something you look at. Look at the app. And
so the app has the updated menu.
Yes. Okay. Because I'm like, no, I know they're not serving dinner. They're only serving lunch. Or they're only serving kind of a mixture of both. Be Our Guest is one of those. They don't have breakfast, lunch, and dinner anymore. So just look at the app. The app is actually very accurate.
Okay. Well, I think we have answered all of my questions that I have. Do you have anything else, any pointers, anything else you want to throw out there?
Just go with an open mind. It's different. It's not going to be the same. But what is the same right now?
Yeah,
nothing is.
You're right.
We are blessed and privileged that we have the ability to go. Take it for that and don't take it for granted. Like, it's amazing. It's wonderful. It just gets you out of the stress and anxiety of everything else. Know that you are safe. People that are working there actually do care about you. And everybody else is enjoying their time too. So everybody should go.
I agree.
Let's go.
Our family's planning to go Christmas, so we're hoping everything still pans out to make that happen, but we're excited. Thanks again, Kim, for coming today and answering these questions. I know this was really helpful for me. I hope it was helpful for you all. And again, don't forget, if you need help booking and planning your trip, my service is completely free. So click the link below to get more information, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, Kim.
If you would like me to book and plan your next trip for free, click the link in the description below. Thank you, and have a magical day.